Cupcakes.
I'm Fun Holiday.
And we're here to do a review of Season 7, Episode 11. Hello, Kitty Girls. Yes.
Meow.
Meow. We're going to give you the top 3 moments of the week, the shade of the week, our favorite moment, our favorite queen of the week.
Right now, my least favorite queen of the week, and my favorite look on the runway.
Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. One of the top moments of the week. Everybody loves puppets. That's always a favorite. I think, when did she start doing Everybody Loves Puppets? Was that season 5? That was season 5. Everybody Loves Puppets when she started doing that.
That almost sounded like a question.
It was season 5 because I don't think Latrice. Can't recall Latrice Royale doing a puppet.
Drag Racers.
She did.
Put it in the comments.
Season 4.
Put it in the comments, Drag Racers.
It was season 4 when they began Everybody Loves Puppets because now I remember somebody making fun of Fifi O'Hara and it was hilarious. Okay, got it. So that was one of my top moment of the week, and Ginger Midge won doing Violet Chachki. I think everybody did a good job. I think Pro was funny with the dots all over Kennedy Davenport's face with that crazy costume that she wore. But Ginger won doing Violet, so that was my first top moment of the week, just right to begin. It was a hard one this week for both of us, I think.
It took me a little while, but I did get them. And kind of latching on to your Violetism, my first top 3 moment of the week was Violet asking Ginger about her weakness after Ginger decided to talk about
Other than eating.
Yeah.
There you go. Other than eating. About her not lip syncing at the bottom. And it's like, well, because she hasn't gotten there because she's actually done enough to get by. Like some of the other ones, Ginger. So that was my first moment.
Okay. My second moment, of course, which I think we'll agree on this one, of course, was the Hello Kitty Maxi Challenge. Just an epic challenge all around. Siobhan Holiday loves her some Hello Kitty.
Ohayou gozaimasu!
Yes. I like Hello Kitty too. I just don't have. Do you have a lot of Hello Kitty stuff?
I do. Actually, and in between here, Hello Kitty!
If I was flexible, I'd do some Katya shit right now, but I ain't at the moment. So, I mean, I love it. It was just a Hello Kitty dream.
Extravaganza.
Yeah, an extravaganza, just a dream come true. And I guess they had to make outfits out of all the material. They had a lot of stuff, a lot of materials and everything. And what did they call the Ginger Midge called it the Old Lady Brigade? They were having a difficult time doing it. They were having a difficult time.
Our friend Peach is snapping back in the back.
Snapping right at her tail. They were having a difficult time, so it was kind of a prelude to what was going to go on at the end. What about you? What's your second moment?
I'm going to go ahead and go with second moment, the second Hello Kitty character that they had to create.
Oh my goodness.
At the end, it was like, you not only had your dress, but you had to create something else.
Yes.
And it had to be a Hello Kitty character, so I thought that was kind of innovative.
That was pretty cool. I mean, I was worried about whether or not they were going to be like falling off the runway because those little eye holes were small, girl. So I wasn't sure how that was going to work. But
what was the one who was walking down the runway, I think it was season 2, that threw her hair back, slipped on the stage, and then wrapped her legs around and it got back, right back up? What was her name?
Oh, season 2?
Was it season 2 or season 3? It was a black girl.
I remember season 1 was Akasha when she thought she was
Akasha,
walking down.
There you go. Season
the
1.
bitch slipped,
yes.
and she did a spin on her ass, and then
came back up.
got back up.
Yep.
That was the 3rd time she was lip syncing for her life, I do believe, because she did lip sync 3 times. But
that was good. Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking of 3,
3.
What was your 3rd moment?
Of course, I'm gonna say it. It was Santino Rice coming back. Santino Rice has been there from the beginning, and love him or hate him, I think he was.
Hate him.
I think he was a good judge. Maybe he didn't say what everybody wanted to hear. He kept it pretty real. He was borderline rude sometimes.
He did it. This is how he kept it real. Girl, Merle Ginsburg did a better job. She had a funnier skit too.
She did.
Okay.
I mean, I just thought it was good to see Santino come back because it really hasn't been explained as to why she left in the first place. Like, I would like to know.
Merle Ginsburg.
What is she doing that she's so busy that she can't judge again? But I guess they thought Ross Matthews and Carson, they were going to be a better choice this time. I guess the queens were getting tired of Santino. But it was still good it was still good to see him.
She
come
was
back.
busy finding a personality.
It was still good to see her come back now.
Not really.
So that was my third moment.
Little Heidi Klum said, I'm sorry, you were out.
Aldi's a day.
Just like that. And kind of latching on to that Santino one, which I hate.
Okay.
Although, I thought it was funny, was Violet kind of latching on to Santino for some Red Lobster. She was trying to work him days. She wanted them cheddar biscuits.
She was flapping them eyelashes so hard. I thought a dust storm was about to kick up. Okay, so shade of the week. So, like we were both saying, it was kind of hard. It was kind of hard for me to choose a whole bunch of stuff.
Not really.
This time, it was hard for me. Look, it took me a minute, but I guess because there weren't really that many shady moments. But the one that stands out for me is Ginger at the very beginning when they all walked in after Ginger just got finished lip syncing for her life and read like Trixie's message, and she said, "Spoiler alert: Trixie doesn't win. LOL." Okay, we get it. Like, but Trixie came back, you know, and you were the reason why she had to lip sync because you sucked in your last challenge and you looked a hot mess. And then when Ginger was telling Violet, well, we haven't seen you lip sync. Maybe it's time for you to lip sync. Don't worry about Violet not lip syncing. Apparently, she's doing a good enough job where she doesn't have to be in the bottom two, and her runway looks are better.
He was coming.
So that's why. So Ginger was throwing my shade of the week.
Oh, she was throwing mine too.
Okay.
Because mine was more her about bitching about Pearl leaving, and she couldn't sew.
Yeah, she don't
I mean,
even
it's-
sew.
I've never known her to have a hot Vukan challenge.
Never.
So, I mean, you know, that was...
I mean, she gives you like some.
It's just
jewels
getting
of the
worse and
glue
worse. I
onto
think
your
the
shit.
more we go on and the more she really can't figure out what she's trying to do, she gets bitchy.
And she starts lashing out.
Yeah.
People should be ignoring her by now. Like when she says something, just laugh.
Maybe she's hungry.
Maybe she's grumpy as shit.
So, crocodile tears.
Well, that's who does her makeup, according to Katya.
This is twice in 2 weeks in a row that we've had Ginger. No, is it 3 weeks in a row that we've had Ginger as our
shade?
of the week?
Because she's shady. She's
Yeah.
getting worse than Kennedy, and Kennedy's pretty bad too.
Honey, and sponsored by Pop Secret, she gets her dumb bitch of the week. Yay!
Yay!
Dumb bitch!
Dumb bitch! Dumb bitch! And we didn't have to wait till least favorite queen of the week to do that. That's just all for you. Congratulations, darling.
Congratulations.
Okay.
So your least favorite queen of the week?
Favorite queen of the week.
Yeah, your favorite queen of the week.
My favorite queen of the week was Violet Chachki. I think that the way that she came back at Ginger finally, because Ginger's constantly taking cheap shots at her. And I don't know if you watch Untucked, but she's always coming after Violet in Untucked. And I've been calling you a poser since episode 1. And, you know, and so Violet was finally just like, you know what? I didn't have to lip sync because I'm good enough to not be in the bottom 2. Sorry, you were twice in a row each. But, and then Violet looks on the runway, the Hello Kitty BFF. It was simple, but it was cute with the mirror in the paw, and the makeup on it was really cute, and the dress was cute, and it was very Violet, and her little outfit too, with the like the fur or something, the fun fur on the legs, and just like Michelle said, like just a different silhouette. It was very cute, and she looked good, and I mean you can't take that away from her. So she was my favorite queen of the week.
And she was mine too.
Okay.
It was very Karate Kid. I mean, she just came out with a little swan kick and
And
just
that's how
did
she
it all.
wrote.
It was fantastic.
Mr. Miyagi. He's Japanese, right? Okay. Okinawa.
Dumb bitch.
Just checking, that movie's old.
Girl, sayonara.
Ugh.
So are you.
Side ponytail.
Okay.
So, your least favorite queen of the week? Mine was. It was not your image.
Why don't you go first on that one?
Mine was Kennedy. It's just.
Okay.
It could have been a bit more, and it wasn't.
Okay.
I think that, you know, each week she's gotten progressively worse. I think that she can't rely, you know, like Courtney Act on her beauty and her pageantry. It's just, you know, now she's got to come up with something a little bit more.
Something a little more.
Yeah. And the bows on, you know, a unitard.
Like
or
Santino said.
as Violet would have said, as an aerialist. you know, when she was wearing her
When she was doing
Leo.
choreo.
Yes.
Choreo.
Doing her choreo. You know, bows on her Leo just weren't doing it.
And I don't know how many times she's worn those thigh-high boots already. I'm going to say 3 so far. When she first walked in, when she wore that horrible burned prostitute glitter face outfit, and now. Latrice got red for wearing her gothic hiking lesbian boots. She should get red for wearing those boots all the time too. But I actually didn't write down anything for least favorite queen of the week because I didn't have a favorite queen of the week. But I'm gonna agree with you. I think that, you know, Kennedy, she wasn't. Her and Ginger were kind of complaining.
Our friend Paul was making a face behind the camera.
I mean, I'm getting a look good. Look at her. I guess Ginger and Kennedy and Katya at the same time, they were, I guess they were all complaining about the same thing. But I mean, at the end of the day, I guess it was Kennedy that kind of turned out the worst look. So I'm going to say she's my least favorite queen of the week too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chiffon, for helping me pick that out. Okay.
It's convenient.
Naturally. So, your favorite look on the runway?
My favorite look on the runway was Violet Chachki. I think, like I said, out of all the Hello Kitty outfits, hers was the best. I mean, everybody's was cute, everybody was funny. Our friend Paul, he really loved Katya's look, and it was super funny.
Yellow teeth.
The yellow teeth and the cigarette. But Hello Kitty, isn't she like a teeny bopper? Like her character's like a child? Or like a teenager, a kid?
Talk to the 40-year-olds who still have it in their bedroom.
Hello, Kitty.
No, I mean, I guess it didn't really go. But I also like Pearl's outfit.
You almost made it one time without it.
Not the BFF outfit. It was funny because the judges were laughing, but I liked her gown. I thought it was cute with the kitty on the top of the head. I thought it was cute. But, I mean, I think Violet did the best out of everybody. I hated Ginger Midge's. It was kind of like Kasha Davis with what is that called? Like the sash thing? The stole around with the kitty heads. It was kind of, it wasn't good. I mean, the fly was all over her, so that must have said something. I guess that was left over from the cow
Shit
outfit.
stinks.
Because she's wearing a tablecloth, girl.
That was left over for the bees.
Well, I will tell you that
What will you tell us?
I'm trying to formulate the words in my mouth, but I will tell you that Pearl did have a good second character. I liked it. I thought it was a little, you know, that was a little cute.
It was
You know,
cute.
she threw the little whole Madonna thing in there. It was like, you know, flipping the hair and stuff.
The BFF, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was nice. I thought, you know, with the outfits that were there, Violet definitely had it. I mean,
She had
the
it
bitch
in
could
the
put a
bag.
hooper on her head and look great.
And them little
I
Hello
mean,
Kitties around the hoop.
Exactly. It was
The pink
it was
fun
amazing.
fur. I wish she didn't have to hold it because she was holding it because if she let it go, it like rested on her head. I wish she could fabricate
She
it.
could have had like a little pipe cleaner or something,
Something
to
to
push
hold
it
it
back
up.
in the back of the head or something.
If she didn't have to hold it, it would
Yeah.
be really over the top
Yeah.
Venus. But
it was great.
it was really cute.
That was my favorite.
Okay. I also liked when they showed Pearl's, when Pearl had the drawings, when she showed like the drawings, she said she's been drawing since she was. Peach, I'm gonna say what I need to say. And
I
then
like Violet's drawing as well because she did some drawings too.
Did Violet do drawings?
Yes, she did. Because she has a lot of.
She just didn't do hers when she was 10.
So Pearl started doing hers, and then Pearl put the drawings to life. And she will stay behind the camera screaming obscenities at me because of Pearl.
She's like Demi Moore behind the camera.
Okay, what did you think about RuPaul's dress? I remember you had mentioned something about RuPaul's look in the runway because we always going to talk about that. You said you didn't like it.
Me?
Oh no, was that Paul? Was that
That was
Paul?
Paul.
She
Of
was
course
giving
it
us
was.
plastic realness.
Okay.
Well, I loved her hair. I
She's
mean,
always
it
giving us
was very
plastic.
samurai.
Oh, that wig though. Yeah, that was
Great.
fantastic. The dress, it was weird. Is that Matthew Anderson?
It
Is that what
wasn't
does
memorable
her?
for me.
Me neither. I kind of all I remember was what was going on in the
It
shoulder.
wasn't my favorite look on the runway.
So now we have Violet up to 3 times for a win. She won the very first challenge. She won last week, and she won this week again. But it was pretty obvious that she was going to win again. Like nobody's outfits were
No, it was perfect for that.
better than her. So now she's tied with Ginger. She's tired of
But
Ginger
I don't
now.
think she's gonna have the breakdown the way that Ginger's having it.
She's not, because I think she would have had
Ginger
it
can't
already.
handle success.
She probably would have had that breakdown, or maybe not. She hasn't. I guess the pressure hasn't really put on her, like I suppose with Ginger, because Ginger was like, I can't dance.
Well, apparently she goes home and cries every night after she's done. I mean, it's like, really?
Girl, beauty don't take a week off. That's the difference.
I mean, I
It's
guess
gonna be a
so.
Britney moment. She's gonna shave her head. Plain and simple. She's gonna look like a front peach. Shaved head.
I just want Ginger to go home. I'm sorry. I mean, just let's get down to the nitty gritty already.
Let's get down to the nitty titty.
The hello titty. So then it was Katya and Kennedy in the bottom two, and our friend Peach, he loves Katya, so I feel really bad that she had to go home. We were just talking about it.
She just shouldn't have waited till the very end. I mean, Kennedy. I think anybody against Kennedy would have gone home.
Especially she had the freedom to move. She started stretching.
Yep.
She had the freedom to
Squat
move
down.
around. She
Yep.
squatted. She did the stretch.
Very
She let me do
Texas
the
girl.
tucking. And she
And
started
that's what happens.
the tumbling immediately. And Katya just kind of waited for a while. It's like you weren't lip syncing against Sasha Bell.
Yeah.
You were lip syncing against Kennedy Davenport. You know, it
Or
was time.
Ginger Minch.
And it was time to just. It was time to just break out everything.
Yeah, it was tough.
So in the end, it was Katya who went home. Das vidanya, Katya. We love you.
Sayonara!
And we'll see you. Leave some comments, please. Like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell us what you think about whose Hello Kitty you like the best. And we will see you next week. Sayonara!
Sayonara!